This is Violets presented by Hidden Hollow Holistics. For those who don't know me already, my name is Juanita, but you can call me Wani. My work centers around life, loss, and liminality, honoring those transitions and transformation that have defined our experience. As an eclectic herbalist and intermendium, I collaborate with the spirits of plants to support these pivotal moments, weaving their wisdom into practices that nurture the body, mind, heart, and spirit. Today, we're talking about violet or viola. We work with a lot of different varieties. Actually, there's over 650 species of this plant. Not all of them are worked with in herbalism, but many of them are. I've included a lot of the different common names as well as the specific varieties that may be worked with in traditional Chinese medicine or even Ayurvedic traditions. So the Violaceae, the family, the parts that are commonly worked with are the flower and the leaf, although the seeds and roots can also be worked with. However, caution is needed. Both the seeds and roots can be purgative in nature, meaning they will cause you to sick up in large doses. So you really want to use caution if you are going to explore working with those parts of violet. I have not found the need. I have found plenty of support through the flowers and the leaf. I really work with violet when I am doing integration work or really going inward to do some self assessments, to do some self healing, some self examination, and introspection. And that's because I really think of Violet as a heart listener. The themes that get brought up when I think about the work that I do when working with Violet is around emotional soothing, grief, and softness. It just has a amazing capability of soothing emotional wound, aiding in grief work, and allows us to open the heart to that gentle healing. Such an amazing ally for emotional integration and allowing us to embrace vulnerability, which is so important when we're really doing that self examination. As we move forward, some of the things that we'll think about is how violet's cooling and moistening nature help balance emotional heat and support integration of loss and softness during these transitions that we all face. So here you will see this is a violet leaf and flower that I took a little video of last year. They're just starting to pop up, so I don't have any recent ones, but you can see that's such a beautiful flower. It always reminds me of a little fairy wings. It's tiny, about the size of my nails, and the beautiful leaves, those heart shaped, like they just really touch me every time I see this. It's hard not to fall in love with them. Those heart shaped leaves just really speak to that which it supports. I think one of my favorite fun facts about these amazing beings is that these little purple flowers are the flowers that we see on top are art in many ways. Those don't produce the seeds that further the next generation. It is beauty for the sake of beauty. And for me, it's a wonderful reminder that we don't need a purpose to exist. We too are beautiful merely for existing. So, across the centuries, violets have symbolized faith, protection, and healing. Artists like Da Vinci depicted them as emblems of devotion, while Shakespeare praised their connection to loyalty. In ancient Athens, violets were a sign of fortune and adorned both altars and homes. British and Celtic tradition saw violet as protective, repelling negativity. Beyond symbolism, violets have been valued for their medicinal properties for eons. Indigenous Mexican communities still use them to treat respiratory and digestive ailments, much like we do here in the States or in Western herbalism. So, whether woven into mythology or medicine, violets remain a timeless symbol of beauty and healing. So, qualities and actions of the violets, they're cooling, moistening, they're relaxing, they taste sweet, floral, and vegetal. So, the floral is very specific though to the flower itself and to the petals. If you have any of that green in there, it is going to have that vegetal taste to it. So definitely something to remember. They're demulcent, which means they soothe and protect irritated or inflamed tissues. They're emollient, which is typically used on inflamed and irritated skin. So they're very similar to demulcent herbs, except for emollients are generally used externally and demulcent herbs are used internally. They're feeling the same way, it's just external cells versus internal cells. So I always find that very interesting. Lymphatic, which means they have the ability to move our lymph and can increase the flow and move of the lymphatic fluid. And basically, they move the fluid and protein away from areas of inflammation so that fresh lymph, which is rich in oxygen and nutrients, which is needed for tissue repair, can be replaced. Their antispasmodic herbs can help soothe, the muscle contractions and prevent spasms that, can show up in muscle tension or painful stomach cramping. They are sedative, which means they can really help calm the nervous system and can be really beneficial in reducing stress and anxiety. Some can even help us relax and can be helpful for sleep. They're hypotensive herbs, which means they can help reduce blood pressure. These herbs work by many different mechanisms to help lower blood pressure. Some can act as diuretics, heart tonics, or antispasmodics. One of the things that I kept seeing over and over in my research is that really for violet, they're best worked with those who are experiencing excess dryness in the cardiovascular system. So they really bring that moisture in. And I find that that demulcent quality, that moisture, is the best when working with fresh violet. Violet can be very difficult to find out in commerce. Um, Many people will dry it for teas later on, but you can also freeze it. So using fresh violet or working with fresh violet, we can put that in the freezer and pull it out when we need to, and we really need those demulcent actions. It is a nervine, which means that it is very nourishing and soothing to the nervous system, which can also help ease stress and anxiety. In addition to that, they also can act as a mild laxative. Subtle body support. Violet's gentle, cooling nature makes it a powerful ally for emotional healing. By calming the nervous system and eases anxiety, frustration, and sleeplessness, helping to create a sense of peace. In Chinese medicine, violets is used to clear agitation and heat, both physically and emotionally. It has a specific affinity for the heart, so soothing stress related tension while lifting spirits in times of grief is definitely a place that it is very powerful that I've experienced. It's also for those struggling with anger or feeling emotionally stuck that it can really be helpful at promoting emotional flow and softening that mental rigidity that we can sometimes find ourselves in. As a gentle nervine, it supports resilience during transition and nurtures connection and compassion in moments of emotional upheaval, which is so important because we always have these transitions that come up throughout the season, throughout the year, and especially throughout our life. It's a potent herbal ally. Its cooling and moistening nature makes it an invaluable remedy for dryness, heat, and inflammation. It supports lymphatic movement, aiding in immune function, and addressing swollen glands, cysts, and tumors. As a powerful anti inflammatory, violet helps detoxify the body and soothes irritated skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis. Its salicylic rich properties also provide relief for arthritis and joint pain. In respiratory health, violet acts as a demulcent and expectorant, easing those dry coughs and bronchial irritation. Additionally, its mucilage content moistens tissues, offering digestive support and gentle laxative effects. Whether used internally or externally, violet provides deep nourishment for the body's system. It's a flower of love, loss, and legacy. It carries a profound duality, both a flower of devotion and a bloom of sorrow. Rooted in mythology, it springs from the tears of Io and is the last bloom Ophelia mourns in Hamlet. Ancient cultures revered its healing gifts. Greek physicians and English herbalists alike prescribed it for cooling inflammation, soothing grief, and restoring balance. Whether as crowns of celebration in Athens or as mourning flowers scattered across graves, violet embodies love, loss, and the fleeting beauty of life itself. Even its scent plays tricks on us, vanishing momentarily due to iodine, a reminder of the delicate, ephemeral nature of this flower's presence. I just find this so amazing, and it's another, I could say that all day long, but it's another one of my favorite facts about violet. So definitely one of those that is used in culinary. It's not only a medicinal ally, but it's highly nutritious and a culinary delight in my mind. Its leaves and blossoms are packed with essential minerals and vitamins. Like you can see, it's got twice as much vitamin C of oranges, and also twice the vitamin A of spinach. It is, and that's just the early research that we've done. Beyond the health benefits, violet brings a whimsical touch to the kitchen. Its flowers can be candied, infused into syrups, or used to decorate salads, poultry, and desserts. Whether frozen in ice cubes for a refreshing drink or sprinkled atop a cake, violet transforms everyday meals into something truly magical. Just remember, start small. Just like anything else, it takes time to acclimate to new things. Introducing wild foods a bit at a time to ensure you don't have an unintended consequences like a stomach ache from eating too much because our bodies are not used to so many minerals at once. I found that out the hard way once, and it's something that I like to make sure that you don't have to learn the hard way too. There are not many, potential drug interactions. Actually, there's only one genetic disorder, G6PD, in which it is contraindicated. Other than that, it is a fairly safe herb that can work with most bodies. But of course, always talk to your healthcare provider and an experienced herbal practitioner when starting to work with herbs medicinally and in a way that is regular, especially if you have a chronic health condition or undergoing treatment for a serious illness. Some of the seasonal wisdom we find with violets is that as we emerge from winter into the light of spring, violet acts as a gentle yet powerful ally in renewal. It supports both physical and emotional clearing, aiding the lymphatic and immune systems while also soothing grief and frustration. Violet reminds us that healing comes through softness, nourishing our hearts and spirits as we step into new beginnings. Whether sipped in tea or applied to the skin, violet offers a calming, heart opening embrace for this time of transition. And I've included some online resources here that helped create this presentation for you today. But again, I just want to thank you for joining me today and to remind you that as you stand at this threshold, may curiosity be your lantern, illuminating unseen paths. Transformation is not a destination, but a spiral, ever unfolding. Like roots beneath the surface, we remain connected to the land, each other, and our stories. Take what nourishes, release what does not, and step forward with wonder, knowing each breath is part of the great unfolding. Stay curious.